Deep within the heart of India, a secret lay hidden for centuries. Shrouded in darkness, the Ajanta Caves whispered tales of a forgotten time. These caves, carved into the rugged cliffs of the Deccan Plateau, were more than just a refuge. They were a canvas for devotion, a testament to the brilliance of ancient India. The Ajanta Caves, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, stand as a silent symphony in stone, a tribute to the artisans who, driven by unwavering faith, transformed bare rock into breathtaking masterpieces. These caves, numbering 30 in total, are a harmonious blend of Buddhist art and architecture. Imagine a time when the air vibrated with the rhythmic chants of monks. The Ajanta Caves, once a thriving monastic complex, were a sanctuary for Buddhist monks seeking solace and enlightenment. Their secluded location, nestled amidst the verdant Sahyadri hills, provided the perfect backdrop for spiritual contemplation. For centuries, monks lived and meditated within these hallowed halls. They adorned the cave walls with intricate murals depicting the life and teachings of the Buddha. The caves, with their serene ambience and artistic grandeur, served as a powerful medium for propagating the Buddhist faith. The year was 1819. John Smith, a young officer in the British Army, was on a tiger hunt. An avid sportsman, he relished the thrill of the chase, the danger that lurked in the untamed wilderness. Little did he know he was about to stumble upon a discovery that would etch his name in the annals of history. Smith and his companions ventured deep into the jungle. The air grew thick with the scent of wild jasmine and damp earth. Days turned into weeks, the hunt proving more elusive than anticipated. The tiger, a phantom in the undergrowth, evaded their every pursuit. Smith, however, remained undeterred, his resolve fueled by an almost primal instinct. One afternoon, as the hunting party trekked through a particularly dense part of the jungle, Smith noticed something peculiar. A flash of colour, a flicker of movement, caught his eye. He urged his horse forward, his curiosity piqued. There, nestled in a horseshoe-shaped gorge, was a sight that made him draw breath. A series of intricately carved entrances, almost hidden by a curtain of cascading vines, gaped open in the cliff face. Sunlight, filtering through the dense foliage, painted the scene in an ethereal glow. An air of mystery hung heavy in the air, as if the very jungle itself held its breath. He approached cautiously, his boots sinking into the soft earth. The jungle seemed to press in around him, alive with unseen eyes. As he drew closer, he could make out the intricate details of the carvings. Delicate figures frozen in time adorned the cave entrances. Their features, eroded by centuries of wind and rain, still held an air of serene grace. Smith reached out, his fingers tracing the outline of a lotus blossom carved into the stone. Smith, his heart pounding with anticipation, led his men into the cool, dark embrace of the caves. The air hung heavy with the scent of damp earth and something else, something ancient and indefinable. As his eyes adjusted to the gloom, he found himself surrounded by a breathtaking spectacle. The cave walls, far from being bare, were adorned with a profusion of sculptures and paintings. The sculptures carved from the living rock seemed to emerge from the shadows, their forms imbued with a sense of timeless grace. Bodhisattvas, celestial beings of compassion, gazed down with serene smiles. Their robes, carved in flowing lines, seemed to ripple in a non-existent breeze. As Smith ventured deeper into the cave complex, he noticed a curious phenomenon. Shafts of sunlight, filtering through openings in the cave ceilings, illuminated certain areas, casting others into deep shadow. The interplay of light and darkness animated the murals, bringing them to life with an almost supernatural vibrancy. The murals, executed in a style unknown to Smith, depicted scenes from the life of the Buddha and tales from Buddhist scriptures. Here, a young prince renounced his worldly possessions to seek enlightenment. There, the Buddha delivered his first sermon, his hand raised in a gesture of benediction. The stories unfolded across the cave walls, a vibrant tapestry of color and movement. One mural in particular captivated Smith's attention. It depicted a scene of great sorrow, the death of the Buddha. The Buddha, his body frail and emaciated, lay on his side, surrounded by grieving disciples. Yet, amidst the sorrow, there was a sense of peace, of acceptance. As Smith gazed at the mural, he was struck by the universality of the emotions depicted. Though separated by centuries and cultures, he felt a kinship with the grieving figures in the painting. The colors used in the murals were as vibrant as the stories they depicted. Rich ochres, deep blues and verdant greens shimmered on the cave walls. The pigments derived from natural sources such as minerals and plants had retained their luminosity over the centuries. The effect was breathtaking, a symphony of colors that seemed to glow from within. Smith learned that the artist had used a technique known as fresco secco, applying pigments to a dry plaster surface. This technique allowed for greater detail and precision than traditional fresco painting. The figures in the murals seemed to breathe, their eyes following Smith as he moved through the caves. The Ajanta Caves were not merely a collection of beautiful art, they were at their core profoundly sacred spaces. The caves served as viharas and chaityas, monasteries and prayer halls for Buddhist monks seeking refuge from the material world. Within these hushed chambers, carved from the living rock, the whisper of ancient chants seemed to linger. The viharas, the monks' living quarters, were designed for simplicity and contemplation. Small, austere cells lined the walls, each a testament to a life dedicated to spiritual practice. The art of Ajanta was deeply intertwined with the teachings of Buddhism. The murals and sculptures were not mere decorations, but visual narratives, guiding the viewer along the path to enlightenment. Central to these narratives was the life story of Siddhartha Gautama, the historical Buddha, his journey from prince to ascetic to the awakened one. One encountered scenes of Siddhartha's opulent upbringing, shielded from the harsh realities of life. Then, the pivotal moment, his encounter with the four sights, an old man, a sick man, a corpse, and a holy man. These sights shattered his illusions of permanence and pleasure, propelling him on his spiritual quest. The murals did not shy away from the Buddha's struggles and temptations. The walls of Ajanta also resonated with tales of the Buddha's past lives, the Jataka tales. These stories, beloved in Buddhist tradition, illustrated the virtues of compassion, generosity, and selflessness. Animals played prominent roles, their actions often mirroring human foibles and aspirations. One popular tale depicted the selfless sacrifice of a bodhisattva, a being striving for enlightenment, who offered his own body to feed a starving tigress and her cubs. Another recounted the story of a monkey king who saved his troop from a hunter by using his own body as a bridge. Perhaps the most striking aspect of Ajanta's art was its palpable sense of compassion. The figures, whether human or animal, seemed to radiate an aura of empathy and understanding. The bodhisattvas in particular embodied this ideal. With their serene expressions, downcast eyes and graceful gestures, they seem to emanate boundless love and compassion. The artists of Ajanta possessed an uncanny ability to capture the nuances of human emotion. The murals depicted a range of expressions, from the serene joy of meditation to the profound sorrow of loss. The Ajanta Caves, beyond their spiritual significance, stand as invaluable windows to the past. They offer a rare glimpse into the life and times of ancient India, a period often shrouded in mystery. The murals, in their meticulous detail, depict scenes from everyday life, capturing the essence of a bygone era. They're not just religious narratives, but social documents preserving a visual record of a civilization long gone. We see men and women adorned in elaborate costumes, their jewelry and hairstyles reflecting the fashions of their time. Musicians play a variety of instruments, their melodies seemingly echoing through the centuries. Dancers, frozen in mid-pose, their bodies contorted in intricate postures, speak of a rich tradition of performing arts. The Ajanta Caves were not created in isolation. Their creation spanned centuries, coinciding with the rise and fall of powerful dynasties in India. The earliest caves date back to the 2nd century BCE, during the reign of the Satavahana dynasty, patrons of early Buddhist art. The later caves, with their more elaborate and refined style, were created under the patronage of the Vakataka dynasty, who ruled over a large part of central India. The Vakatakas were devout patrons of Buddhism, and their reign marked a golden age for Ajanta. The caves flourished as centres of learning and artistic expression, attracting skilled artisans and monks from far and wide. The murals and sculptures created during this period reflect the wealth and sophistication of the Vakataka court, showcasing the highest levels of artistic achievement. However, the fortunes of empires are fickle. With the decline of the Vakatakas in the 5th century CE, Ajanta too faded into obscurity. The caves were gradually abandoned, reclaimed by the jungle that had once concealed them. Centuries passed, and the memory of Ajanta, once a vibrant centre of faith and art, faded into legend. The Ajanta murals also whisper tales of a thriving trade network that connected India to the wider world. The presence of foreigners, easily identifiable by their distinctive features and attire, testifies to the cosmopolitan nature of ancient Indian society. These travellers, merchants and ambassadors brought with them new ideas, goods and cultural influences, enriching the tapestry of Indian life. One can spot depictions of ships laden with exotic goods sailing across the seas, their sails billowing in the wind. The murals feature motifs and designs borrowed from other cultures such as Persian and Roman, indicating the exchange of artistic ideas along these trade routes. Ajanta, it seems, was not just a spiritual retreat, but a crossroads of cultures, a melting pot of ideas and influences. The opulence and grandeur depicted in the murals, the fine silks, the exquisite jewellery, the exotic animals, all point towards a period of economic prosperity. The patronage of wealthy merchants and rulers fueled the artistic endeavours at Ajanta, allowing the artisans to push the boundaries of their craft. The caves, in their own way, bear witness to the flourishing trade and commerce that characterised ancient India. The rediscovery of the Ajanta Caves in the 19th century was a revelation, a testament to human creativity and faith. Lost for centuries, these caves emerged, their stories etched in stone, their colours vibrant. The world marvelled at their beauty, at the skill of unknown artisans. Today, the Ajanta Caves stand as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a symbol of India's rich cultural heritage. They draw visitors from across the globe, seeking inspiration and connection to a glorious past. Within these halls, surrounded by ancient chants, one feels awe and wonder. The Ajanta Caves are more than just ancient monuments. They are a testament to human spirit, creativity, devotion, and resilience. They remind us that art transcends time, connecting us to the past and inspiring future generations.